Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for Satsang: Siddha Consciousness is the only key for 2012. Siddha Consciousness, the only key to 2012. Before entering into the different states of consciousness, understanding about different states of consciousness, I want to tell you the purpose of working on consciousness, studying about consciousness. That needs to be clarified. Understand? When you retain the pure conscious state in you, that restful awareness, you get into a spot or a space where you see the whole. Not just things related to the five senses you are carrying, but everything. When you see the whole, the picture about your life changes. The idea about your life changes. Just today morning, one person was asking me, Swamiji, every day morning we see you, and so much goes on. Some days lot of good news, the so-called good news, some days lot of so-called bad news. But every day morning again you are back same, fresh, alive, sitting. Satsang happens, everything happens. How can you be that centered in center? Understand, I just know very clearly, experientially, whatever may happen in the outer world, there is something in me which is untouched, which I experience as me, will be eternally available, doing its job of blessing and initiating and elevating human consciousness. If the humanity is blessed enough, if the collective positivity is powerful enough to overpower this collective negativity, I'll be in the body and doing this. Or I'll be just continuously available in Akshardham. What I am doing now, I'll be doing eternally till the sun and the moon exists. Early morning 7:30 I'll be sitting and doing my morning satsang eternally. Now this golden throne is physical because you are all physical. If this body is not going to be physical, it will be in a Akshardham. an eternal, imperishable form, which will be sitting in a eternal, imperishable, that subtle energy throne, and all the disciples who have evolved to that level, they will all be sitting around the same routine of morning Pada Puja and morning Satsang is going to go on and on and on. It is eternal. I just know what I am is eternal. What I am doing is going to be happening eternally. Whatever gives me fulfillment is going to be happening around me eternally. That is the only reason nothing is shaking me. Please understand, I want you to know, when you rest in the pure consciousness, this understanding will land in you. With that understanding, living your life is living enlightenment. When you witness whatever is happening in you, as you, please understand, first when you start witnessing, you will start witnessing whatever is done to you. Then when you settle down, you will start witnessing what you think as you. Then in the deeper level, you will start witnessing whatever you feel as you. Then in the deeper level, you will be witnessing you. Please understand. First level, you will be witnessing whatever is done to you. Oh, I have pleasure, I have pain, it is being done to me, this is being done to me. That's the first level of witnessing. This is happening in me, breathing is happening in me, pain is happening in me, joy is happening in me. This is the first level of witnessing. Second level, you will start witnessing what you think as you. Oh, I think I am this type of person. I think I am this type of idea. This is what is good for me. This is what is pleasure for me. This is what is pain for me. What you think as you will start witnessing. Deeper level, what you feel as you will start witnessing. And ultimately, you will witness you. Please understand, one great thing, powerful thing about the witnessing is, anything you witness goes through a complete purification acid process. Rasavada, alchemy happens to it. If you are witnessing what is done to you, suddenly your idea about what is pain, what is pleasure goes through a purification process. An amazing transformation will happen. Hundreds of things which you are afraid will drop. When I say drop, the fear about it will drop. Hundreds of things which you have, greed, that greed will drop. Then in the outer world, you may have it, may not have it, that is different. Usually, when the transformation happens in you, suddenly the existence responds to you in a very big positive way. Because cosmos is intelligence, it is not accident. Cosmos is not accident. If somebody claims cosmos is accident, he is too small guy, he only should be an accident, not this whole. Deepest understanding which happens in you when you go through the complete purification, through the pure witnessing of very you. Please understand when I say the very you. With that understanding, living your life is living enlightenment. Jivan Mukti. It is possible, very easily possible, simply possible. Start now. Be aware of what is being done to you, what is happening in you as a response to what is being done to you, what you think as you, what you feel as you, and you will witness what is you. Witnessing what is being done to you is Annamaya Kosha level. Witnessing your response to what is being done to you is Pranamaya Kosha level. Witnessing what you think as you is Manomaya Kosha level. Witnessing what you feel as you is Vijnanamaya Kosha level. Witnessing you is Anandamaya Kosha level. Witnessing and experiencing the pure consciousness. Today morning I wanted to find out a more deeper and deeper clicks and understanding about this different states of consciousness. So when I fell into the samadhi in Panchatapas, I put this. See, it's like when you fall into samadhi, it's almost like a grinder, conscious grinder. Any seed you put, you will have the essence of it when the grinder stops. So today this is the seed I dropped. What is the use of knowing about consciousness? I'll have to explain this whole thing to you guys step by step, step by step, step by step. Because Siddhas are not talking just on 5 states of consciousness, like a Jakrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Turiya, Turiyadita. If you are joining today's Satsang, if you want to know about these 5 states, yesterday's Satsang I explained very detailed way. See the yesterday's Satsang for the understanding of these 5. Siddhas are not stopping with these 5. They are overlapping each state on the other and making you understand how the Jakrat Swapna means waking dream and waking sleep, waking Turiya, 4th state. Turiya exact translation in English is 4th, that's all. There is no description, 4th state. And waking 4th state, Jakrat Turiya. Then they start Swapna Jakrata, Swapna Turiya, Swapna Sushupti. So when the states overlap each other, how your mind reacts, it's really an amazing lesson. Not only I will do a continuous satsang about these states, I will write a special book on it. Because nowhere in the planet Earth, no civilization is able to study so much, do research and development so much, experientially the states of consciousness and express those great realities and truths to the world so clear, such a detailed way. Even Vedic tradition stops with this fourth state, Jakra, Swapna, Sushupti and Turiya. They don't go to the deeper and deeper experiments. These Siddhas have done an amazing research. One good thing with these Siddhas are, they don't have to spend their time in creating an infrastructure. The states of consciousness is so detailed, were described in Siddha tradition because they don't need to create unnecessary foolish infrastructures. I was contemplating what is the use of studying this various states of consciousness. What is the utility value? This is the seed I dropped. Prashna I dropped into the Samadhi state, and I fell into that Samadhi. End of the Panchatapas, the result is, when you dive into that deepest awareness, the understanding which happens in you liberates you from all fears and all greed and all disturbances. With that understanding, if you make decision in this world, you will be living such a liberated way, such a free way. That's the ultimate way of living. That is the only utility, or I can say, that is the only utility for life. So the life itself is happening in the planet Earth to experience that purest awareness and act in the outer world based on that purest awareness's understandings. So it is time that witnessing consciousness and resting into the restful awareness and the pure consciousness should become syllabus in all education institutions. That should be encouraged, instructed, and should be made to experience. All human beings should be made to experience that pure awareness, so that their understanding about them is clear and they start making decisions with that pure, liberated, unified field of consciousness. That's the best way to create the new civilization. Yesterday I was seeing one 13-year-old girl giving speech in United Nations for 5 minutes. In YouTube I saw, what a profound clarity. I was shocked. Oh God, I'm so happy the new humanity is happening. She's giving the numbers. How many species were extinct? How much of forest has been wiped out? She's asking, you guys can't bring those species back. You guys can't bring those forests back. When you can't repair, when you can't make, don't break at least. She's right. I know for sure that courage comes from consciousness. Either she herself had the consciousness, or she has been given that courage by somebody who has that higher consciousness. The utility of studying and experimenting, experiencing about the various states of consciousness is the tremendous understanding and liberation which happens in your life, with which automatically your strategy planning happens. Your life gets designed. Your life radiates fulfillment. So now you all know the utility. Let us enter into the subject. Now I am going to go step by step into the deeper level, subtle states of consciousness, altered states of awareness. This is what I want to call. Please understand, consciousness is different, awareness is different. Awareness means you are aware of something happening. This is a first level process. Consciousness means purely radiating. Awareness can be used as a technique to merge into consciousness. So now, I am going to talk about different states of consciousness, altered states of awareness. First, of course, the first level is Jakrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Turiya, Turiyadita. These five I have explained in a very detailed way yesterday. Now I am going to explain the overlapping. First is Jakrat, Jakrat, waking state. Being in total awareness and full wakeful state during all actions. Please understand, I am exactly reading out the English translation of the description by Siddhas, because I will comment on this later on. But as I don't want to interfere in the description of Siddhas. I want to retain the original as it is. So the original words I am translating and giving you. Maybe tomorrow onwards I will give you the original word also and give the translation, because always all translations are poor. If you can understand that language directly, you can understand deeper meanings than this through this translation. Anyhow, now whatever I am giving, those translations are exact words as it is. Being in total awareness and full wakeful state during all actions. Jakrat, Jakrat. I can say, in your 24 hours, maybe maximum 21 minutes only you spend in this state. In whole 24 hours, maximum 21 minutes only you spend in this awareness. Jakrat, Jakrat. Because you are habituated to be forgetful. Why you should be forgetful? Because you collect so much of engram and dump so much inside. The Jakrat states makes you aware of whole thing which you don't want to. It is a kind of, you will be constantly aware of all the bitter realities around you and inside you, which you are not interested, which you want to avoid. Your own mind, morning fighting in some way and evening fighting in some other way, which you don't want. You feel, oh, better. This is a lot more comfortable. Who wants that? Next. I understand whatever Swamiji speaks, it's okay, good. What is telling? He is telling to be aware, and I am aware always. That is the way now each one of your mind is acting. Please understand. I just imitated your pranamaya kosha. Nothing else. It's okay. I am aware only. What else? And he's telling the same thing for last 3 days. I am telling the same thing for last 3 days true. Have you listened? Jakrat. When you start practicing awareness, you will start spending more time in this. Jakrat is a technique. Understand? It's a technique. But it is supposed to be your lifestyle. Because it is not your lifestyle, unfortunately, I have to propose this as a technique. One important thing. More you start living in Jakrat, the shoulder will become broad. I tell you. Please understand. Because you don't stay in Jakrat, you don't want to take up the stress in you and straighten them out. If you are ready to take them and straighten them out, you will start spending more time in Jakrat and your shoulder will become broad and straight. I am connecting the Siddha Samudriga Lakshana with the Siddha state of consciousness. Siddhas describe there is something called Samudriga. The fruit decides the form of the shell. Shell decides the form of the fruit. Consciousness decides the form of the body. And body will tell you exactly the form of consciousness. This is called Samudriga Lakshana. Sa-mudriga Lakshana. Mudriga means the way in which you carry you. Mudra. The way in which you experience. Sa-mudriga means all mudras. Anything you do, anything you be, any way you, whatever you, as shown to the world, is Sa-mudriga. All mudras. How you sit when you listen to the discourse. How you sit when you eat. How you sit when you listen. How you sit when, how you stand. All mudras put together is called Samudra. Siddhas have done an amazing research on Samudriga. They say that the Jakrat means you will start coming to terms with the reality. You will start ironing out all the wrinkles in your consciousness. You are supposed to be staying in this consciousness more and more and more time. All these elders who decide their death time and leave the body, in India still it is a tradition. Still if you go to any village, you will hear at least 10 stories. Oh, 1 year before this old man, he told the date and he left the body. This old lady died just immediately after her husband died. You will hear the stories. The land of Siddhas. Understand. This country, I tell you, is built on the backbone of spirituality. I want to tell you, I want to tell all social leaders, political leaders, and economical leaders, means the decision makers in the field of money and wealth, I want to tell all of them. I am just telling, whoever wants to leave a big impression on this country, on this civilization, if you want history to remember you, be very clear. Associate yourself with the spiritual tradition of India. Without associating yourself with the spiritual tradition of India, even if you make a strong political party which may keep your statue every street corner, you will never be remembered by the civilization. Best way to leave your footprint in the history is associate yourself with the spiritual tradition. Because all anti-spiritual, anti-religious traditions which erupted in India disappeared within 100 years. Never any anti-religious, anti-spiritual tradition was able to stand in India more than 100 years. This is a law. The cosmic constitution of India. Please understand. I am sending a clear message to all social, economical, political leaders. Even Rajaraja, a great king produced, one of the greatest king produced by India, is still remembered because of the great Tanjore temple he built. If you see the temple, you will see two things. One, an ordinary man will see, oh God, how time stands still. When I saw, I felt, oh God, how soon these 1,000 years have disappeared. That's what exactly I felt. Oh God, how time flies. When you see from higher consciousness, you will feel how time flies. Just yesterday I did Kumbhabhishekam. Just yesterday this Rajaraja completed this whole thing. 1,000 years over, okay. Whether you feel how time flies or you feel how time stands still. When you look from the ground, the tower, you will feel, oh God, how time stands still. When you look from the hole, you will feel, oh God, how time flies. Whatever you may feel, Rajaraja is still remembered because of his great temple, not because of his great administration, not because of how many of his enemies he killed, not because of how many dissidents he put them in jail, not because of how many of his dissidents he put them in jail, not because how many war he won, no, because he did the right thing of associating himself with the backbone of the country, backbone of the civilization. Many people try to associate themselves with big, well-known, great books, so that as long as that book is there, their commentary will be alive and their name will be alive. All the big books, all the great books. I tell you, associating yourself with the great books may keep your name in the history for few hundred years, not more than that. Because when much better commentaries and interpretations are written, this will be forgotten, will not be studied. Associate yourself with the strong, clear backbone structure, unshakable backbone structure of this country's consciousness. Spiritual tradition. See, Rajaraja was remembered because the big temple he built, spending his whole life, energy and intelligence. But there are so many ordinary beggars who are nobody. Tirunjana Sambandar, Tirunavukkarasar, they do not have anything. They are ordinary beggars. They are all still remembered, respected, revered more than Rajaraja just because of their strong association with the backbone structure of Indian civilization, spirituality. And the funny thing is, Rajaraja built temple for whom? Inside these beggar statues are installed. And I want all of you to know, in the whole temple complex of Rajaraja, not a single statue of Rajaraja is there. But all the beggars whom I have named now, all their statues are there. This country is our country. We put Subramanya, Dandabani, the greatest beggar, standing in the form of sannyasi. Or Venkateshwara. And people stand in queue to give bhiksha to him. Still, that is the only place where people stand in queue to drop money, to put money. This is our civilization. It's a good news for all intelligent people who are interested in leaving their footprint in this country. Jakrat, Jakrat. Wakeful, waking state. I was describing about how the village people, they leave the body deciding their death time. Then I entered into the subject of this land is land of Siddhas and spirituality. Then I have to say a few words which I wanted to tell for the good of the people who are interested in leaving a trace or who wanted to leave their name in the history. Wakeful, waking state. It was supposed to be lifestyle. Unfortunately, it has become a technique now. It should not just be a technique, it should become a lifestyle. Because the moment I make this as a technique, the stress of practicing it will start happening in you. Decide, when I am awake, I will be awake. That's all. To increase the wakeful state during waking hours, we need to work on the dream and deep sleep state. When I describe about those states, I'll describe techniques to work on those states. I think that is much better way to increase the wakeful state during waking hours. Directly working on waking state may not be useful. Let's work on the dream and deep sleep state to increase the wakefulness during waking hours. Let you all achieve and radiate the eternal bliss. Let you all achieve and radiate enlightenment. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
All that it takes, all that I smell.